Hi, I'm Eve Jones, I'm from Tatler. I am off to the country this weekend, but I can't go looking like this. So lovely Hannah Martin from Bobbi Brown is going to help me out.
So tell me, how do you want your makeup to look this weekend?
Well, I rolled out of bed and I look wonderful. And I
Love
didn't
that.
have to try, and I definitely don't want to look like I put makeup on.
Okay. First thing we need to do is get your skin ready. So we'll do that with a little bit of an eye cream and a face primer, okay? So I'm going to use a little bit of Bobbi Brown's Vitamin Enriched Face Base. It's a really lovely oil-free primer. So your skin will look hydrated, but not shiny. You won't get kind of oil slick finish. If your skin isn't hydrated, that's when your skin can look a bit textured, and that's when you can start to see things like foundation adhering to any texture. For a pared down under eye concealer, instead of using a heavier one, I thought I'd use a really light one, and that's the Bobbi Brown Eye Brightener. So it's just going to lighten the skin under the eye without looking cakey. So look up for me. So just pop that in the inside corner of the eye. This is the Bobbi Brown Tinted Moisturiser. I'm using the colour medium because you've got a bit of colour right now, and I'm guessing you're going to spend a lot of time outside in the country. So we're just going to use a little bit. I'm using a foundation brush, but do you know what? You can just use your fingers for a really quick application. And all I'm doing is blending through the centre of the face just to tone down any high colour that you may have, say around the nose, for example. So I think one of the best ways of making you look really healthy is with a little bit of blusher.
Okay. Now, while girls don't sweat, horses sweat, girls perspire, the likelihood is if you're hooling around on a horse at a million miles an hour, I'm going to be a bit rosy, so I don't want to go overboard.
Right, so in that case, we'll just do a really neutral shade that will just give that fresh flush feeling before you get on the horse. So I'm using a Pot Rouge, which is a creamy blusher. The texture's almost gel-like, so it's almost clear, and it will just give your cheeks that little bit of a healthy stain. Make sure you blend it into the skin really well. So A, it stains the skin, but also you don't see where you applied it. It just smushes into the cheek as if it were your natural bit of flush. Gorgeous. Paired with blusher, bronzer is a really great way of getting that kind of sun-kissed outdoorsy look. So all I'll do is with a bit of the bronzing powder, we'll just take a little over the highest points of the cheek. I love to make the eyes pop, but really subtly. And one way to really define the eyes for a country weekend is by filling in your brows slightly. What we don't want to do though is do a really hard brow with a pencil that you can really see. So a great way to cheat it for the country is using powder shadow. Okay. So I'm just going to put my brush into some grey and brown shadows and just brush the product through. We can create an eyeliner effect, but using the tiniest bit of a dark brown eyeshadow and just pushing it into the base of the lashes. So you don't see a line, but your lash line is better defined. I'm just going to go all the way along the base of your lashes and just push the shadow into the base of the lash line. So all I'm doing is making the root of the lashes that little bit darker.
Having a waterproof mascara is really great as well, even if it's absolutely lobbing it down with rain. And that's one thing that you can get covered with, but if you're galloping behind another horse, the inevitability is they're going to go in a massive puddle.
Yeah.
And it's going at you.
And you're going to be covered in mud.
Exactly.
Exactly. You can
at least
scrub your eyes.
It's quite credible to have mud on your face, but to have mascara down it, no, it's a massive fail.
No.
Yeah.
So I'm going to use Bobbi's No Smudge Mascara. It is by far the best mascara I've ever used for that real resistant wear. So we're just going to use a little bit. We don't want to create really spidery lashes. We'll just continue the framing that we've done with that little bit of subtle liner and with the brow definition. There's one last thing I'd recommend to make your lips look their best, and that's simply a little bit of lip balm. So your lips will look plump, they'll look hydrated, they'll look comfortable, but they won't look made up because there's no colour as such. But just blend that right into the lips. Just smack them together.
Sometimes I get super cold hunting, and I feel like my lips are going blue. Is colour okay to put on there? Is that going to stay?
Yeah, but what I'd suggest is you go for a texture that's quite similar to the lip balm. So again, it looks really kind of underdone and not too made up. And that would be a creamy lip colour. And one of my favourites is the Pale Petal. So I'm just pressing it in, and that will ensure that any cold blue lip shade is banished. And you get more of a lip-looking pink.
Thanks so much, Hannah. I think I might just about live up to my horse now, unless I have to groom it, in which case I'm getting you in.